Hello gaming world. It's happened to all of us. To be having fun playing an online game, only to have it abruptly ended by a poor loser who would rather rage quit on you than finish with some dignity. I set up this blog to expose those people, and probably get some laughs out of post-loss hate mail. I will be posting mostly from experience with Street Fighter 4 on the PlayStation Network, but I will accept submissions from all games and platforms. Feel free to send me more examples at badloserwallofshame@gmail.com and happy gaming. Posted by Adam was Sunday, March 15, 2009 at 2:16 p.m. Darksydephil is the epitome of a bad loser. Now, let me clarify. Darksydephil is actually a good player and he does have his following. But he is such a bitch about being beaten by obviously better opponents. I mean, there aren't many scrubby Zangiefs that can pull off standing 720s. This is just one of the more recent examples, but there are lots more in which he complains about lag, or the other player being a scrub as to reason why he lost. Whatever happened to taking a loss like a man and just giving the other player a good game? Also, I am not saying to avoid playing Phil online. Just be prepared to end up on YouTube if you do. Posted by Adam was Saturday, April 4, 2009 at 12:18 p.m. At least he never quit though, have to give him that. Why is this being posted here? A guy can't rage losing to the easiest and scrubbiest class in the game? A lot of the time he overreacts for his audience, and there's no shame in that, it's very entertaining. He took the loss and lost his 74 points, so who gives a shit how much shit he talks? This is pathetic. Apparently you cannot rage in the luxury of your own home without being labeled a bad loser. He wasn't wearing his Xbox Live headset, and he took the loss, so why is this here again? What makes this video any different than a hate mail? He beats lesser players and talks about how shitty they are, and what a scrub they are, etc. But when he gets beat, no matter who by, it's the same exact thing. Shitty player, scrub, etc. It's the same as a hate mail to the player he played. Only this is more indirect, and thousands more people see it. This blog has lots of posts from losers saying something along the lines of "you are shit, scrub." And really he's not raging in his own home when he posts in on YouTube and pupusly overreacts. At the end of that video he says something to the effect of "try that with me offline," which can work both ways. If he acted like that at EVO, which he does not, he would seem like an total asshole. I'm not claiming Phil is bad by any means, nor do I have any personal issue with him, but he needs to accept losses like a man, or stop bitching about them to the world on YouTube. I lolled heartily at this and the inevitable shitstorm that will take place as a result of it. DSP is hilarious. If he loses, it's lag. He can't win because everyone turtles. Jesus, like I'm supposed to let him hit me? Lag doesn't seem to be hindering the dude standing 720s, or his other opponents in general. I don't buy the whole overselling for his audience bit. He's got a natural style of whining that sounds all too familiar. We've all been there. OMG scrubby Zangief, all the lag I saw there, not. This guy moans about lariats after he goes into them. And people actually think he's good? You must be joking. Obviously the Zangief player seems to be a better player. He deserves to be here. Holy shit, I've never seen anyone complain as much as this guy. Honestly, I pity DSP. He can be a good SF player, but when it comes to losing, he sounds like one of those annoying spoiled cheerleaders, who doesn't knows how to behave facing a no or a fail. For me, it seems like that he must be a person who has a hard time when real life is the current game being played in his hard drive. LOL, so he runs to hide himself behind a Ryu or Ken avatar in his fantasy fighting kingdom of perfectness. Well, that is just my 2 cents on DSP. Enjoy life, take care and happy gaming. Winky face. His channel is listed as comedy. Buy it or not, he does act like this on camera to get reactions from people. This is silly. The only lag I saw was Zangief kicking his ass. You don't use Blanca against Zangief anyway. You gonna lose every time. Shitface, stop getting mad about losing and step your game up. Real talk. About time that scrub got on the wall. Phil tends to explain exactly why he's mad about a loss. Online players should realize that lag does cover up a lot of disadvantaged situations, and if you're used to playing offline where lag can't cover for sloppy play, this stuff doesn't work. If he plays someone good, he gives them their props. OMG, I can't block. OMG, lag. OMG, I didn't do that. I can't move. WTF. LOL, yeah Phil, they are scrubs, but you got beat by scrubs. What does that make you? Scrub, he said, and lag, but he always says that in lots of matches. The Zangief player wasn't a scrub though. It's entertaining to watch some of his matches, but he does insult a lot. I just watched a match he had with a R.I.P player who used focus attacks, and he complained about it. He's not a great player, just decent. Another funny thing is, he complains he can't block on his other videos, and then you see a counter hit comes on the other player's side. LOL. There was no lag whatsoever. If there even was the slightest of lag, then you would notice when Blanca does he jump back dashes, it would have lagged hard. Get off of DSP's dick for a second. This fool simply can't take a loss. I feel really bad for him too. Does he have any friends, or are they all scrubs? That's what he seems to use so frequently. It must have been something that was tossed around at him when he was a kid. At any rate, this Geef player played very well. IMHO. Green hand to Ultra? How do you not get out of that? At 0:56 he did a Blanca ball into the lariat. The sound was obvious, you could hear Zed scream, then you could hear him button press into his ball. At 1:44 it's even more obvious, he balled right into the lariat. If that wasn't a troll video, then this guy needs to man up and take his loss. Well, what do you expect from someone calling himself the king of hate? How's this guy even the least entertaining? Fuck DSP, and fuck those who swing on his nuts. Phil is actually a super nice guy and a great Street Fighter player. He is new to Street Fighter 4 like the rest of us and is doing his best to learn the game. When he loses he gets mad. Don't you? If DSP thinks it's funny to act like an asshole, then who can complain when he's featured on a website dedicated to people acting like assholes? I'd love to agree with you all about him complaining like a spoiled brat, but in a lot of spots he did have a point. Before many SBDs and Ultras, he should have been able to jump out before the grab, and he did complain that he was holding up, in which case the Ultra should have not connected, and assuming he meant the same thing during the SBDs, then yes, he lost cause of lag. He just talked too much, like I need a better player or I'll leave the PSN. What's a better versus for him? A win. TSS, just a classic complainer. Wow, lag and try it offline? There was no lag. And this shit works offline. Blame it on the other player just because you failed to control space. Of course, if you let Daddy Geef close, he's gonna rub his balls in your face. LOL, more proof that some of these Evo pros are just average players. Uneasy face. Your Evo is not the whole world. Wake the fuck up already, DSP. As a matter of fact, Phil is the scrub here. He keeps doing the same two moves and expects to win. LOL, Phil is a ranked ST player. He's pretty far from bad. Evo pros are average players. LMAO, you're bad. Go to Evo and go get knocked out 0-2 until you go to a well-known tournament and actually place, then you cannot criticize him. The only thing funny about this video is that after all his bitching about Geef players, this EVO scrub hasn't learned how to fight them. It's not lag. It's not online gameplay. It's his inability to learn that's the reason he hates Geef players. He's basically bitching about someone playing a character as it should be played. Stupid son of a bitch made me laugh. He kept jumping into lariats and not jumping out of 360s when Zangief got near, then went all, oh lag, lag, I can't vovo, lag. Fucking Zangief scrub, please, be a man and learn to take a fall. At least he didn't pull the plug, must have been too busy moaning. Until you go to a well-known tournament and actually place, then you cannot criticize him. LOL, did you even see that vid? Get the fuck out of here and go suck his scrubby Evo dick, you bum. Laughed my ass off, ha ha ha. You post the video in YouTube, a public piece of communication. Thus it deserves to be here. Darksydephil, DEF, HP works better against lariats than going straight into them. Who's the scrub? Couldn't tap punch quick enough? The scrub was the blanker player, not the geef. Blaming lag, there was no noticeable lag. Getting SP dead or ultra'd from geef is not lag, it's called playing against geef. Calling others scrubs, only a scrub denounces everyone else they play as scrubs, and then proceeds to whine like a little baby when they get beat fair and square. Blanker balls into lariats. LOL? I mean seriously, every time he did this, he either blamed lag or called the geef a scrub. How delusional can you possibly get? LOL, did you even see that vid? Get the fuck out of here and go suck his scrubby Evo dick, you bum. Laughed my ass off, ha ha ha. No, seriously, you're stupid. If you think people play the same online as they do off, then you're only deluding yourself. Phil can be a brat, but when it comes tourney time you can't deny his skill. If you all honestly think you can beat Phil, then go to Evo and money match him for $1,000. According to a lot of you people posting, that's a free $1,000 for you. If that's the case, and people do play differently offline than they do on, then Phil is still a bitch. If online play changes how you play the game, you learn and adapt to that. The Zangief player did, and for the amount that Phil plays online, he should have learned it by now too. Also, counterpicking is for losers. How? How the fuck do they play differently offline, you bitch? Tell me. I want you to tell me. Offline they don't go balling into lariats, but online they do. Logic. Where is it, you scrubber-dick sucking motherfucker? Do you really play casual matches the same as you play tournament matches? I really doubt he mains blanker to even begin with. Also, why would you want to learn how to play online? It throws off your timing when you play in offline situations. Online matches should be taken with a grain of salt. In any case, I'm done with you. You can't argue without resorting to unfound insults. Bye, scrub. As I said, find Phil and money match him for $1,000 since you think he's so bad. Oh wow, so now Hez allowed to call the other player scrub just because he doesn't main blanker? Again. Logic. Where is it, you scrubber-dick sucking motherfucker? I'm not even gonna bother with the rest of your unfounded BS. P.S. The insults come from the fact that you act like a cocky bastard and apply double standards along with the ridiculous. Go money him for $1,000 der pity do you up a do you up. And prove your point do claim. So on behalf of all the users here I bid thee goodbye. May you someday become one with your penis younger slicker. Phil is hilarious. I have watched all of his SFIV videos now and he gets so pissed when he loses, yelling scrub and other BS, and then even when he wins he calls them a scrub. The only time I remember Phil not calling a guy a scrub when losing is when he was brown-nosing to a pro Zangief player, lame. But very funny. No, seriously, you're stupid. If you think people play the same online as they do off, then you're only deluding yourself. Funny, I've seen some of his offline matches and he still plays like shit. Only difference being that he doesn't have the nades to badmouth his opponents when they're standing right next to him. Get off his dick already. Did you got your ass beaten pretty badly? That's the bottom line. Pick geef, then stop complaining. I never saw any lag. The only time he seemed to complain about lag was the screen freeze during ultras. Also, that Zangief player destroyed him. Regardless of everything that happened in the match, if you whine about losing and blame it on the way the other guy played, you're a scrub. No exceptions. DSP isn't that great at SFIV. I've beaten him once with my Blanca versus his Dan. He's very good at Super Turbo though. Ha ha ha, holy shit, what a gigantic douchebag. He complains of lag because he can't magically do something after being caught in a combo? I yelled out loud at my monitor when he was crying, can't do anything there, not like I was holding up or anything, not like Zangief's throws have great priority or anything. Need to repost this, badly. I want to watch this. Until you go to a well-known tournament and actually place, then you cannot criticize him. That's retarded. That's like saying you can't say any movie sucks because you can't make your OWN. And he does main Blanca. Man, people who rage are the absolute worst gamers I know. I mean, how hard is it to think that the other guy could have something trivial like lag, too? I used to live in Australia, and over there they get speeds of 100 kbps downloads. So as someone who has lived in a country where gaming online is so hard it isn't funny, from everyone over the please. Just shut up, man. Darksydephil is the biggest manchild of the entire video game industry, LOL. Since the last video brought a shitstorm with it. LOL. This guy should do stand-up comedy as part of the introduction to the EVO Championships. They should just have him on a stage playing against people over the net and whining and crying like he does all the time for everyone to watch and laugh at. He needs to grow up. Some people are better than him, even if they would get beat offline against him. While he continues to play online against other people, he needs to accept the differences. He is indeed a crybaby scrub online. I can understand him in many situations. There are cases which also pissed me off. Especially that Zangief Ultra during a X move you should be invincible at start. However, it seems everyone for him is an asshole. No matter if he wins or loses. Either he plays horrible scrubs who beat him or horrible scrubs who get owned by his lame Blanca rolls. He was right about all of those people being complete shittier scrubs. Get mad about him telling the truth. He lost to Zangief for Sagat. I could have sworn that Sagat has 100% win chance against Geef if you're not a stupid scrub. Oh wait. What's the name of the vid? And the Sagat should have won, but apparently he sucks. ILOL'd at 547. How fitting. Go Honda. That was awesome. I don't really find his humor to be humorous because he sounds too much like just a disgruntled player, although I would call BS on some of the things that got him, though. Still, it's like when people catch the excessively frustrated gamers on camera, only the gamer was the one who posted the videos. LOL, he's right about 547. Cammy's victory quote says, "Are you always that loud? Don't people complain?" Ha 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 ha. His complaining is usually dead on. This game is really random, especially online. Man, this dude is really annoying. I love how people are so horrible, but he always loses. Haha, this guy needs a new controller, I can't block. Funny, that has never happened to me online. Maybe a tutorial would to the stick. Does he think no input equals block? LOL, you're the scrub. While I agree, I'm going to be a spelling Nazi and point out it's your. It's DSP, what's new? This guy must really suck if he loses to all these scrubs he faces. He needs to STFU and stop blaming everything other than his skill for his losses. Where is the Darksydephil tag? Why does he get special treatment and stay off the wall of shame? Agreed, Darksydephil needs a tag as well. I would put him up there with Guilty London. Sure, he's not a lever or rage quitter, but he is such a little bitch and sore loser it's not funny. That video was actually worth watching, unlike the dumbass complaining about rage quitters for 5 minutes, not funny. Very funny stuff, but for as funny as it was, I have to admit I've probably made all the same excuses while I've played SF4, X. The controller, lag, no skill, etc. Sad but true, at some level, once you know the game and how to play, most want to think they are elite, when everyone can't be elite. It's not Same Street. Side note, end of video. Note to editor, it's "you're the scrub," not "you're," so I guess the video poster is a scrub as well, lol. This can't be a serious video. No one could possibly be that dumb to record himself getting angry. As for his controls, maybe his stick got busted from him banging it too much. The video is private? What is this guy's problem with DSP? I get angry when playing SFIV online, and online BS does actually happen. It sucks that you are focusing on an actually good player rather than the mindless scrubs that drop from matches. DSP for a comedy sketch at EVO LOL. Why is the video coming up as private? Someone get this video, I want to see. What is this guy's problem with DSP? DSP is painting a giant bullseye on his back by posting his rantings on YouTube in the first place. If you want to yell, rant or rave at the TV in the privacy of your own home, then that's your prerogative. If you then want to post it on the internet, then don't expect sympathy if you're ridiculed. If he hates playing online so much, why does he continue to do so? And to further compound it by posting it to the internet. You can tell from the sounds of his joystick that he's not trying to play, just prove how bad the netcode is, or how bad his joystick is. The bad workman blames his tools. People, shut the fuck up about this guy already. He simply plays with a lot passion. Nothing more, nothing less. The genre makes you an egoist, and there is no big news about this game being annoying in many ways. So what? He is pissed off in situations. Why not shout it out? Sure, it is unnecessary to make his cursing public, but whatever. Makes fun to watch matches anyway. Hes supposed to complain and whine while Hes playing his whole damn YouTube account says he is purposely acting like the AVGN. Purposely acting like himself maybe. His reactions are way too natural for him to be playing it up for his viewers. Saying he is just acting like that must give him a longer leash with some people before they accuse him of being a crybaby bitch. On another note, I watched a video of his recently, something along the lines of replying to friend requests part 3. Someone called him out in the video, and needless to say, I lolled. He is so ridiculous, I can't wait till the parody videos of him start coming out. It's one thing to whine about game mechanics and the quirks of online play, it's quite another to call someone out publicly as a scrub, and he does in just about every match he loses, because they beat you. It's just really classless, humor intended or not. Lols at all of DSP cocksuckers. He is not acting at all. He posted an offline video where he was playing with his friends and was saying the same shit can't block, ADN stuff. How come the video is private now? Can someone shoot me a link, or hit me up on YouTube? PhilHuddy is my YouTube name. If somebody ripped the video, please post it here. Unfortunately, he made the video private so nobody can see it. Last I watched his vids, he was still in the process of learning Sagat. I could understand if he lost to Zangief because in lower level play, Zangief dominates. In higher level player, Zangief struggles. If you watch DSB's tourney vids, he's actually a decent player, albeit yeah, he cries like a little bitch when he loses. Quoting his friend Ridicule. I share some of his frustrations, but I don't express them like him. I merely ridicule myself instead of blaming internet, controller, etc. My guess is that it is just a difference in personality. Quote from William, if somebody ripped the video, please post it here. Unfortunately, he made the video private so nobody can see it. Well, why? Couldn't they have just linked to his video? He simply plays with a lot passion. Nothing more, nothing less than bullshit. Check DSB's upload history. He uploads at least half a dozen videos a day. I'm convinced that not only is he a piece of shit, but all he ever does is play video games and upload videos of himself playing video games. He is the very definition of unwarranted self-importance. If anyone was able to grab this video and re-upload it, I'd appreciate it, thanks. Yeah, PLZ, anyone, It's a shame the creator was a wimp and had the vid removed. Someone post it again. Darksydephil is a scrub Volume 2. This just has to be an act. Is the guy seriously that full of himself? Is he seriously asking himself why he can't throw by El Fuerte? And wondering about how his ultra beats the lariat? Oh my fucking god. At first I thought I was that Fuerte, unfortunately I wasn't, smiley face. DSP is always great entertainment. If I had my way I'd give him a weekly TV gaming challenge show and listen to the banter and bitching, smiley face. PPV DSP v hum J for 20 FTW, smiley face. Blocking a throw what? Expecting to do a Kuma's ultra what? Losing with Seth what? Complaining while the other person can hear you what? Losing to Vega what? This is the most entertaining 10 minutes I've spent this week. It's clear that he's playing up for the viewers. He's listed as a comedian on YouTube after all. However, I find his e-comedy gets old fast. There is nothing witty or clever about it. It is simply the repetition of the same complaints over and over again, couldn't do anything there. Lag. Effing a scrub. He's horrible. Ha ha ha. His homophobic slurs also needlessly cross a line since it is just an act anyway. But people keep watching his videos, so he keeps making them. And another thing. Those who leap to DSP's defense often claim he's like the angry video game nerd, but he isn't at all. He isn't as funny as AVGN. Although they both swear, at least AVGN is somewhat clever. DSP's videos are much more limited in scope and repetitive than AVGN. DSP's much more mean-spirited, less tongue-in-cheek than AVGN. If AVGN is Street Fighter, DSP is Pit Fighter ST best. That laugh alone kills me. This dude just makes excuses after excuses for why he lost and they're never his fault. Try telling yourself people are better than me. It's not the internet lag or spikes, you're just not that good. Funny how there's all these shitters who can barely play the only character they use talking shit about somebody who uses nearly every character in the game. No one is saying he sucks at the game, the entire video is about how he is a scrub and complains and whines all the time. When he wins he goes on endlessly about how rubbish the other guy is. When he is losing it is never his performance, it is some other factor that he whines about over and over. Even games where he dominates the entire first round then gets pumped the next two, he makes excuses. The guy is a bad loser and an example of the ultimate scrub. His game performance stability is not even in question here, it is simply his attitude when he wins, and more importantly when he loses. What a D-bag. This guy needs to play smarter, not harder. And stop being a whiny bitch. I am so sick and tired of the fanboys claiming DSP is the funniest, smartest, sexiest, coolest, most original, best player in the world. It's disgusting and it needs to stop. DSP is a scrub, he is now copying the angry Nintendo nerd, he is just getting more and more gay. I don't think his skills suck, but his personality does. He is not the best, so he can eventually lose too. As for the person who said he uses nearly every single character in the game, it's more like he uses the strongest in the game. Since when have you seen him use Faye, Cammy, Chun, E. Honda, Guile, Vega, Abel, C. Viper, Elf, Sakura, Rose, Dan, Jen? 13 25th selectable characters he doesn't choose are bottom tier. 12 25th characters he messes around with are all top or high tier. Yet when he lost to that Elf player, he obviously didn't know that matchup, and if he knew better, mostly all of Elf's moves are safe against Geef. He should stop being a cocky fag and take his losses. Just because another player is a scrub, that doesn't mean it should affect your game. So why does it affect him if he's an oh-so-good player that goes to EVO and win championships in ST? He always blames scrubs, lag, netcode and other BS and not himself. He should probably refine his input movements with those fat Rufus fingers of his. Wow, I just saw his fight Digital Mayhem SF for tourney the 25th of July, 09, Bouillon vs DSP. And he still complains like a little bitch, there's no scrubs there, no netcode, no lag. He says he does an uppercut but his ultra came out and he lost to it. LOL, how long ago did he win any tournaments? Besides that so-called Evo win ages ago? What a waste of 10 minutes, seriously, stop adding the stupid slow down shit, it's retarded, and doesn't do anything but show how much of a scrub you are at editing videos. LOL, this video is hilarious. Thanks a lot, Jeff. I think it's funny how people try to make their problems with him seem reasonable and fair, and then make a fat joke. Real classy guys. Also, how exactly does this qualify to be on this blog? His never dropped when he was about to lose. So what if he makes excuses when he loses? Everybody does that, at least in their head. The only difference is that he's recording it. If your definition of scrub is somebody who gets frustrated when they lose, then I guess everyone is a scrub. And if the reason you hate him so much is because you don't find him funny, then please grow up. Humor is not objective. If you don't like his style of comedy, you don't have to watch it. He done nothing at Evo. Why do people consider him a T-Tops player again? Because of some victory he got years ago? At 2 posts above. Bad losers, wall of shame, not rage quitters, wall of shame. 2. Acceptable proof of poor losers can be disconnects, hate mail, etc. Always making excuses for a loss is good enough proof for being a sore loser. Oh really? I guess that's why the intro to this site explicitly states that it's for cataloging rage quitters, as does the thread on SRK. Ooh, what? What? And the site is called the Bad Loser Wall of Shame. So sorry to all filfellators, but that's just the way it is. Yeah. I can't stand this guy. He really is a scrub. Every time he does something good, he acts like he's the best player in the world. But every time someone else does something good against him, he calls it random bullshit, and proceeds to beat on his arcade stick like a fucking gorilla in a fit of rage. Also, there's a fun drinking game for this guy. Every time he complains about not being able to do a move, or how he input one move but another one came out instead, you have to take a shot. Every time he does his nasally weasel laugh, you take 2 shots. Enjoy your alcohol poisoning. DSP from SSF2T LOL. He is a badass SSF2T player but a decent SF for player. Kind of person Chew would love to hate. He sucks? Is that so hard for him to understand? Well, 30 seconds is gay, but he makes excuses way too much. This guy is a scrub. Like everyone else has already mentioned, he thinks he's the best when he does something pro, but when his opponent does something pro, it's random. When his opponent makes a mistake, they're a scrub, and when he makes a mistake, it's lag or that's not what I wanted. To the person who said that he's saying what we're all thinking, you're sadly mistaken. A lot of us have the class to respect the fact that other players out there can easily be better than ourselves. Everyone gets frustrated when they repeatedly make mistakes, but most don't have a fan base of 70,000. Wow, all I see is scrub that DSP is fighting using the same moves over and over again, or taking a cheap win. So is DSP a scrub? No, it's players that use the same moves over and over again, using cheap moves to win. And DSP never rage quit now, did he? No. And that is fact. So you PPL are the scrubs, and the owner of this blog is a scrub for now following the reason he made the blog for. So you are the scrubs that don't lean the facts and make a false judgment. Happy face, a scrub doesn't mean what you think it means. There is no cheap. If you can't beat a trick, why should the other player not use it? Play to win, and respect the skill of the winner. Scrub he may be, however, I don't see you with a fan base of 70,000 give or take. The fact that you have nothing better to do than flame on Phil for hamming it up to the audience is just sad. Seriously, I don't even know why I bothered replying. Do something better with your time. He's just like Carl Pilkington. It's hard for moderately intelligent people to comprehend his sort of stupidity without it being some sort of rouse.